Okay, targeting some walleye today. Just gotta find that first fish of the day, find kind of where they're holding. They can be anywhere from 10 to 100 feet deep this time of year. You just never really know. There he is. There's fish. I'll mark that spot. So this area that I'm fishing today on the Upper Columbia is not mapped. There's no bathymetry data. But I'm using a feature on my Helix fish finder called AutoChart Live, which allows you to create custom maps. There's our fish, first walleye of the day. Nice. And what AutoChart Live does allows you to create custom maps. So I've also added what's called a zero baseline chip, which is basically just a chip that has the outlines of the bodies of water, but it doesn't have any depth data. And that allows you to store all your AutoChart data on here as you build your custom maps. So today I'm going to build a custom map. I'm going to mark where I'm catching these walleye, and we'll see if there's any pattern to where these fish are holding. The nice eater size walleye right there. I'll take that any day. And as I move around, I'm going to leave that AutoChart Live feature running and recording data and building a better map of this area. So I'm constantly collecting data while I'm out here, which is a really neat feature of the AutoChart. Let's go ahead and take off back towards the top of the drift. There we go, there's fish. Got him. Mark that spot. There we go. Great eater size, probably 17, 18 inches. I actually see some fish stacked down here. Let's see. I doubt they're walleye. I usually do not mark the walleye here. Usually the walleye are tight to the bottom. So you can see as I move here, it's going to build out this custom map. You can see my drifts as I've gone. It's building out this data set here, which is great, and refining it as I drift. There's fish right there, right at the same spot. Nice. I'll mark that spot. Like quite literally in the exact same spot as all the others. Another nice eater size walleye. There we go. So I've been marking these spots where I'm getting these walleye as I'm building my custom map. I'm really curious to see how that pattern interacts at the end of the day. With that zero line chip in there, I can come back out here. I'm going to have all that data with me every time. And if I go fish another lake that already has bathymetry data using the Lake Master chip, well, that's fine. I can just switch out the chips, and when I go fish those locations that I've built my custom maps for, I can put the zero line chip back in and I'll have that data. But for me right now, I'm already seeing this really strong pattern emerge of where these walleye are holding. And you know, when you're out here without the depth data, you're just guessing. You're like, okay, I'm consistently getting bit at 40 feet, but you're having a harder time relating adjacent structure to that bite. And that's what this gives you, that power to create your custom maps, help you better understand where you're getting bitten and probably why you're getting bit, why the fish are holding there. There's one. Got one. Nice. That's the first one. Oh, he came off. Dang it. That is a bummer. Gonna mark that spot though. There's one right there. Nice. Fished you. Barely got him. Just barely got him. Like one little tiny part of that dribble. Oh yes. Yeah. That pattern is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger because I've fished many times, you know, 100 yards downstream of that and 100 yards upstream of the area I'm getting all my fish, and it's just I keep getting fish over and over again in that same area. All right, there we go. Another fine walleye. There he is. God, that's crazy. Just gotta get right in that right spot. Mark that spot. This is exactly the spot where I hooked one earlier. Another beautiful, beautiful fish. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Another fine eater size. Take that. There we go. There's fish. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's off. I didn't get a good hook set on him. That was my fault. There we go. There's fish. Woo, yes. Another beautiful fish. Boom. Okay, so there's all my tracks, and you can see the data I collected with the AutoChart Live, the mapping data. So I'm going to go ahead and clear away my tracks. And now I can get a sort of a overall picture of the area I was fishing today that I mapped well. This area here is actually not accurate because that's on the edge, so it just assumes that's the lakeshore edge. It's really these core areas that I fish. And you can see the walleye here that I had bites or caught fish. And I got one fish way down here. But most of those fish that I caught were all associated with this little reef or ledge that sticks out into the river. Some were sitting on the front of it, especially later in the morning. Some were on top, and a lot were right behind it. Right behind this point. So they're ambushing prey that's getting pulled in this little channel here. There's some humps out here and a point here. If I zoom in tighter, you can actually see these fish are really tightly associated with a very specific depth range. A lot of those fish are right in that sort of 50-foot mark, and then there's some fish sitting a little bit deeper out in front and behind it. But still a very intriguing way to look at the data and to know that this is not just data that somebody mapped a long time ago and put on there and you're questioning the accuracy. This is real data that I collected while I was out there fishing and catching fish. So it's a very cool feature, this AutoChart Live. And of course all this data is now saved on my Zero Line card. So that AutoChart Live feature on the Humminbird Helix fish finders is absolutely one of my favorite features. And if you are somebody who's going to go out and use that quite a bit, you definitely should invest in a Zero Line card. There's just not enough storage available on your unit to take a lot of data if you're going to do a lot of AutoChart data. And it's useful even in places that you already have bathymetric data, say from Lake Master, because it's much more refined, much more precise. If you're someone like me who fishes walleye on structure and you saw how tight they were holding to that certain structure, then having that data is going to be huge. And now that I've got it written on there and saved, I've got it forever. So I'll put links to the Zero Line cards down below, as well as the Helix unit I was using today. All right, I'll see you guys next time. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Bye.